Ah yes, Gladiator II. If what we do in life echoes in eternity, then this sequel has taken nearly an eternity to get made, 23 years after the original. I've been understandably reluctant about a sequel to one of my top 10 favourite films. Yes, I really like Gladiator. If you haven't seen it, stop watching this video and watch it. If you don't like Gladiator, then just go for a walk in a field of wheat. Anyway, I saw the first Gladiator 2 trailer the other day and I'm trying really hard, but they might have Maximusly decimated it already. Set in ancient Rome during the reign of Emperor Marcus Aurelius, Gladiator follows the story of Maximus Decimus Meridius, a loyal general who is betrayed by Commodus, the emperor's corrupt son. Maximus escapes execution and is captured as a slave, eventually rising through the ranks of gladiatorial combat to seek revenge against Commodus and restore honour to Rome. The film explores themes of loyalty, betrayal, justice and the quest for redemption amidst a backdrop of epic battles and political intrigue. Gladiator resurrected the long-dead historical epic and was a huge box office success. Filmed on a budget of $103 million, it grossed $460 million worldwide. It also won 5 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Actor for Russell Crowe. A troubled production by all accounts, with the script being rewritten daily, but the epic film is a stirring spectacle of action, drama, elevated to moving emotion, courtesy of Hans Zimmer's iconic score and intense performances. I saw this film in my teens, a year after The Matrix came out, and Gladiator similarly blew my mind. Seeing the Colosseum in the cinema, what seemed like to scale at times, was absolutely incredible. I was swept up in Maximus's quest for vengeance, Joaquin's bizarre and brilliant performance, and the spectacular battle scenes. Gladiator is also one of Ridley's best works, reinventing the genre much like he did with Alien and Blade Runner. For that, cinema, filmmakers and audiences are in his debt. Since then, Ridley has returned to the Alien franchise, delivering some meh sequels, although stayed away from directing Blade Runner 2049, which was a critical success but a financial bomb. Ridley has directed other epics since, such as Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom, and reuniting with Russell on Robin Hood, Joaquin on Napoleon, and making Exodus with Christian Bale, which has Joel Edgerton daring to repeat Commodus's eerie line, "He sleeps well because he is loved." But these films didn't come close to Gladiator's impact or reception. Part of Gladiator 2's long gestating development is because of a fundamental problem with the way the original film ended. Maximus' story finished in that one film and is all the more powerful and moving because of it. Apparently various scripts have done the rounds over the years, with at one point a story following Maximus through the afterlife, which could have been bonkersly brilliant or a delusional disaster. So the story ended with Gladiator. So let's get to the Gladiator 2 trailer, which for me is looking to be a mixed bag at this stage. I will confess to shivering with anticipation on seeing the Colosseum and returning characters such as Lucilla, played by Connie Nielsen, again, and I'm looking forward to spending more time in this world. It also looks like they've amped up the arena battles to the next level and actually reminded me of the rather excellent Rise Roman game on the Xbox. If you haven't played this game, it's as close as you'll get to a Gladiator game, so check it out. On a similar note, the Spartacus TV series starring Andy Whitfield is also worth a watch if you want to spend more time in the world of gladiators generally. Anyway, now for the not so good. Watching the trailer, I did experience quite a strong feeling of deja vu. It looks like Lucius, played by Paul Mescal, and not the original actor Spencer Treat Clark, which I'll get to in a moment. It seems that the slave arena will feature again, that the hero will be pitted against a death match in the arena with Lucilla looking on again, and that his mentor, this time a race-swapped Proximo-type character played by Denzel Washington, is using him to get back at the corrupt politicians again. So far, so similar. The title, Gladiator 2, I'm surprised they didn't use some sort of subtitle like Gladiator Progeny or something to make it sound less commercial. Gladiator Progeny is not bad actually. Paul Mescal. To be honest, I'm not familiar with him as an actor in the slightest, although apparently he is well regarded for Normal People miniseries. The trailer does little to convince me he has the same gravity as Russell Crowe at this stage. Crowe's performance in the original achieved a delicate balance of powerful masculinity with fleeting glimpses of a softer, caring edge. Paul looks quite young in his group of gladiators, but perhaps he is also especially quick on his feet and agile. But let's not forget, Lucius was originally played superbly by Spencer Treat Clark, who was a likeable child actor in other films such as Unbreakable, and he got to reprise his role in Split as an adult a few decades later. It's a shame Spencer hasn't reprised his role. Perhaps he wasn't asked, perhaps he declined, or perhaps they chose Mescal for more masculinity, youthfulness or star power. If perceived lack of star power was the case, well, with all the other familiar actors in the trailer, I'm sure the audience would have actually reacted positively to Spencer's return, as he seems to be the only actor recast, which is a shame and to me, disrespectful. Reading more on it, apparently Ridley wanted someone new and fresh, younger and with less baggage. Spencer had limited screen time in Gladiator, but he absolutely nailed Lucius's quiet introversion and fear of his insane Uncle Commodus, conveying many emotions just by his eyes. The busy little bee scene is brilliantly uncomfortable. Personally, seeing the same introverted Lucius all grown up, trying to navigate the political landscape and the Praetorians in the aftermath of Commodus's death would be fascinating, and perhaps Gladiator II will attempt some of this. In the original, Commodus questions Lucius when he says he doesn't want to be a legionnaire. He wanted to be a gladiator like Maximus, the saviour of Rome, which is quite a dramatic film plot, the bastard son of a murdered hero getting revenge decades later. In the original, it is never explicitly stated that Lucius is Maximus's son, although it is heavily implied there was a former relationship between Maximus and Lucilla. It's strange in the trailer that Mescal's Lucius says he doesn't know his mother or father, which is odd considering how close he was to Lucilla in the first one. Perhaps after Maximus's death, she sent him into hiding to protect him from the politics of Rome. I've since checked my guess, and actually yes, it seems Lucilla sends him away from the Roman Empire to the northern coast of Africa, and this decision has caused a rift between them. There's a nice nod by having Maximus's original armour hanging on the wall, and seems to otherwise be revering the events of the first film. Emperors, undoubtedly Joaquin's Commodus is an impossible act to follow, yet by having two juvenile emperors, Caracalla and Geta, in a way, it continues the effete infantile approach, which could, I suppose, compound upon the effect of decades of corrupt emperors. So this will be interesting to see. Denzel, I love Denzel as an actor. He's likeable and committed, and maybe his presence in the movie will add some gravitas, but currently seems a bit distracting, like Denzel went to Rome. I am also left wondering what has become of Maximus's BFF Juba and ally Senator Gracchus. Hans Zimmer's music is an absolute classic of film scoring, and it's quite telling that he declined to return to score the music for the sequel, instead handing duties over to his former assistant Rupert Gregson-Williams. He said, "I've done that world and I think I did it well. All I do is set myself up for either trying to repeat myself, which I don't want to do, or getting slaughtered by critics who say you didn't do as well as you did the first time." Indeed, it will be a tough act to follow, but I suppose that theme really is unique to Maximus's story, not Lucius. The film makes the hotly discussed bizarre choice of including a Jay-Z song, perhaps because it mentions the words Colosseum and blood. You can see the executive's logic here, can't you? But it doesn't work for me. Watching the first film's trailer, it has a totally different emotional feel, yet actually shows less footage. The rap song in Gladiator II here casualises the action on the screen rather than hooking us in emotionally. But it's still a few months before it's released in November, and I'm sure we'll get another look closer with a more rousing trailer, hopefully. Bottom line, well, like I say, a mixed bag for me so far. Some positive anticipation for returning into that world with beloved settings and characters, some hesitation over casting choices and rehashing the same events and arcs as before. I want to say in Ridley we trust, but he's had some shaky revisits to his work in the past. Instead, perhaps, time will tell. Thanks for watching. If you learned or liked anything in this video, please like and subscribe so I can continue growing my channel, and feel free to check out my other videos. I do other film reviews and occasional short films. If you're a fan of Gladiator, please comment below your thoughts on the new sequel trailer.